Cost of food and the cost of living will come down dramatically. That is the word from the UK today.
We have just come back from holiday and there is nothing in the house.
Hasn't food got so expensive, Dad?
Yes, Leo.
Hey guys, breaking news. US inflation jumps 2.7%.
Inflation target for the Bank of England is 2%. Inflation is nearly double that if they decrease the cost of borrowing for people.
And they've been telling us for a long time, cost of living is destroying their quality of life.
I remember when this was 10p when I was in school, and now it's 50p.
UK inflation has rose up to 3.6%, which is the highest for 1.5 years.
What do you think about the country right now? Life in the...
I don't want to comment on this.
UK inflation has risen 3.6%, highest in nearly 18 months.
If you live in the UK, I do not know how you're supposed to survive, right?
When are they going to sort the economy out so that families can eat properly and have a day?
Inflation isn't just a rise in prices. It's a slow theft of your paycheck, your savings and your sanity. You wake up, go to work, earn the same wage, and somehow everything costs more. Groceries, rent, energy bills, transport. Essentials now feel like luxuries, and budgeting feels like a survival skill. This isn't just economics, it's everyday exhaustion. It's the quiet panic at the checkout, the mental math before every purchase, the sinking feeling when your salary doesn't stretch like it used to. And while experts debate percentages and policy, real people are drowning in the gap between income and reality. Stick around, because we're breaking down how inflation is fueling Britain's cost of living crisis, and why it's not just numbers on a chart, but pressure on your life.
Hey guys, breaking news. US inflation jumps 2.7% in June, up from 2.4%. That means the Fed might hold off on interest rate cuts. What does this mean? More expensive groceries, slower mortgage relief.
How does anyone not realise the absolute scam of supermarkets? I genuinely can't walk in this place without spending at least £50 to £100, and that's not to get a week's shop, that's literally a day. Just a few essentials, a little bit of food. Look at these prices, £5 for fish, £4 for juice, £4 for shower gel, a £5 for eggs. People work a whole hour for £10 and it costs nearly that for washing tablets. It's alright for me earning thousands of pounds per day, but I genuinely can't understand how anyone survives these days. If you want to learn how to make a second income, go to the bio.
People always say London is expensive, but I don't think I clocked how expensive they meant when they said expensive. I'm currently staying with my boyfriend's family in the south of England in Winchester. Now it takes about an hour on the train to get from Winchester into London where I'm working. Individual train tickets are quite expensive, but I was like, oh, I'll buy a monthly pass. A monthly pass basically means for the next 30 days, I can catch the train from Winchester to London whenever I want. I can get on any train, I can go unlimited amount of times, right? So it's good value. I want you to have a think. 1 hour train ride, how much would you expect that to cost? I'll wait. For 1 month, 30 days of travel to be able to go to and from London, it was £645. That's like 1,340 AUD. I may as well be paying rent at that point. Like, sorry, is that not insane? Anyway, this Aperol Spritz also cost £12.50. That's $26. I honestly ought not to leave the house.
These little 50p ice lollies are still the best ice lollies. I remember when this was 10p when I was in school, and now it's 50p. Imagine, and look at these ones. Look at these ones. Remember when they were 10p? Guess how much they are? They're 40p. That's ridiculous. Show them your ice lolly. Cost 50p. 50p. I don't know how much this school kids now are getting when they go to school. They must be getting at least £5 a day, because I could not afford to eat this every day for 50p. I used to get like £1.50 a day. We would not afford it. Anyways, still bangs, especially in this heat.
Cost of food and the cost of living will come down dramatically. That is the word from the UK today, because Sir Keir Starmer has been doing his damnedest to broker deals around the world, and today he brokered an amazing deal with the EU for those living in the UK. This will mean that their cost of groceries and their cost of energy is now set to be reduced. I just wish that our government worked as hard for us We all know that Brexit was not the wisest thing in the world for the vast majority of people living in the UK, and definitely not for any Irish businesses doing business with the UK. But today marks a very big kind of step back towards the UK working with the EU, which was always a good thing. And today's announcement means that investment into the UK looks set to increase. The economic forecasts look really good. And more importantly, for households up and down the country, it means that the cost of energy and the cost of their food shopping is set to decrease.
Food shopping in the UK. Am I the only one that gets home with their food shopping and toiletries and that sometimes, looks at the bill and think, I've barely got fuck all for me money? Could be 60, 70 quid and you put out all the stuff you've got and there's fuck all there. How are these supermarkets getting away with all these record profits of literally rinsing the fuck out of people? It seems like every other month the prices go up 50p, 30p. But you put that over a period of a couple of years, all of a sudden things are going up a pound and a... And it's just ridiculous. I look at my receipt and think, oh, well, fuck all here. Am I the only one that thinks this? I even went in my local shop the other day, bought some milk, coffee, biscuits, couple of bits, right, and it come to 15 quid. That was just for milk, coffee and a couple of fucking treats. Fuck, I think they're just taking the piss. It's like they like seeing people in poverty having fuck all. And how do people have spare money for days out and all the rest of it if they got families to provide for? Because a lot of people have got 2 or 3 kids. I don't think it's right. Does anyone else agree with this?
We have just come back from holiday and there is nothing in the house, so come to Tesco's with us. Mattress secured. Let's go to Tesco. I knew from the get-go that this food shop was going to be expensive, so I thought, why not? Let's just pick up some sunflowers while we're at it. It was £6, and then we moved on to the mug aisle because apparently we need some new ones. They were all reduced actually, and our mugs are looking a little bit grotty, even with cleaning and soaking them. We then moved on to the beauty aisle and needed some new razors, some new toothpaste, and some other bits. And then it was on to the actual food shop. By this point, I think we'd already spent 20 quid. But I did make a list, and we nearly stuck to it. The only reason we didn't stick to it is because there were some bits that were on offer that aren't normally on offer. Has anyone noticed how expensive steak has got recently? We used to love buying a bit of steak to have in the week, but now it's nearly £9 each. No thanks. We also picked up some fry light as that was on offer. Again, that's gone up so much too. And got some herbs and seasonings because we're trying to cut out processed foods. I know this is the story of everybody's lives at the moment, but I actually have IBS and this could really help me. We then got some bits for the bathroom. I've never seen these before, but Luke wanted to pick them up, so we did. And we also got some fabric softener before moving on to the last bit of the shop, fruit and veggies. Can you guess how much this cost us? By the way, considering this was a weekday, Tesco was absolutely rammed. I actually didn't feel like we got a lot, but because we picked up cat food and stuff, it was really expensive.
Hi folks, what a horrible morning to wake up to. Inflation jumps to 3.6%. Now, as active as we may not have fancy stats and data, but what we do have, speaking to members and communities, and they've been telling us for a long time, cost of living is destroying their quality of life. They're squeezed. Work is not paying enough. And the TUC demand of minimum £15 hourly rate, I mean, even if that was to be introduced, is not enough. However, it would provide a breathing space to the families. So, isn't it time the TUC urgently demands this government to introduce the £15 minimum hourly rate right now?
This shopping gone so expensive. This years ago would have been about 20 quid. 2025, you pay nearly £100 for this. £99.52.
Hasn't food got so expensive, Dad?
Yes, Leo. Look at this. £99. 99, even £100. Leo, years ago, this would have been like £20. Don't you think?
Yes.
Maybe your generation might be better. Or, I don't know. my generation is not good. Maybe your generation, you might get things to go work better, and then things are going to get cheaper. But if it's going to be that expensive, I am definitely going back to Africa. You can stay here. Are you coming with me? Maybe. Right, great.
UK mortgage rate forecast for July, and they say that 24 hours is a long time in politics. Well, the same could be said for the last 24 hours in financial services. The bad news, let's start with that. Inflation has gone up to 3.6%, as reported here by the Financial Reporter, and that is now bringing into question whether or not the Bank of England will reduce the Bank of England base rate when they meet in August. The reason for that is that the inflation target for the Bank of England is 2%. Inflation is nearly double that. If they decrease the cost of borrowing for people, then there's a fear that we'll go out and buy things which will in turn increase inflation, and then we get into problems because everything just costs more money. The positive news, we have had Santander and Halifax announce decreases in their fixed rate mortgages. Today, the 16th of July, Halifax just for home movers and first time buyers, and Santander for new business, existing business and buy to lets. Tomorrow, we have the Mortgage Works announcing decreases for their existing customers. Coventry have announced decreases coming in tomorrow as well for new residential and existing residential customers, and Accord have announced reductions again coming in tomorrow for new buy-to-let business. Accord have also made some adjustments to their first-time buyer loan to income criteria. They'll now potentially lend you up to 5.5 times your income if your household income is over £50,000.
Unfortunately, I am the bearer of bad news. UK inflation has rose up to 3.6%, which is the highest for 1.5 years. The Bank of England target is 2%, obviously way above the target. The inflation rate has been contributed by the higher food prices, higher travel prices, and just generally higher prices. Food, goods and services are becoming rapidly more expensive than before, which is not good for you and me, the normal public. The unfortunate thing is average wages have gone up by only 5%, but food inflation on its own has gone up by 5%. So you can see there's a no-win situation for you and me. You can actually see since mid-2024, the rate of inflation has just spiraled up. If you look at the graph, economically, we're in a worse position than what we were 1.5 years ago. Everything is just too expensive. Cost of living is just way too much. We have seen every single bit of what we need to live has gone up. We haven't seen people stopping to go to food banks. Actually, we've seen an increase in the usage of food banks in the last 1.5 years. And let me tell you, it's going to get even worse. We have heard autumn budget, things might get worse for ordinary public. Everything has just got worse. What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, follow me. See you on the next one.
Cost of living 2025 payments have now been confirmed. Yes, you've heard me right, they've just been confirmed. Multiple sources have confirmed this, and this is the payments we're looking to get. Following from May to October, 3 payments altogether. So the sources are saying we are expecting one spring payment, a one-off payment of £301 for spring 2025. Then a summer top-up, so that's a payment of £200. And then an autumn payment, a final payment, will bring the total cost of living support to around £500 to £600 for the year. Are these cost of payments real, or is it the household support fund? All we can do is wait and see. But as I said, multiple sources have confirmed these, but it's not come straight from the government yet. So until it comes from the government, I'm not too sure. But let's wait and see, and hopefully we will get these payments again, as the cost of living is still here, it hasn't gone anywhere.
Bad news on the cost of living front. UK inflation has risen 3.6%, higher than what most experts expected. And now it's at its highest in nearly 18 months. So what is inflation? Inflation is how much prices are going up over time. The Bank of England's target is 2% to keep the economy stable, but we're well above that right now. So why is it rising? The ONS says it's mostly down to food prices staying high And fuel prices not falling as much as they did last year. Core inflation, which leaves out energy and food, is up too, from 3.5% to 3.7%. Chancellor Rachel Reeves says she knows people are struggling, pointing to the minimum wage increase, free primary school breakfast, and the £3 bus fare cap as relief measures. But let's be real, many are still feeling the pinch. So what does this mean for you? Higher inflation means your money isn't going as far. For example, if inflation is 3%, something that cost £1 last year now costs £1.03. It also affects interest rates, which is why mortgages have been more expensive. The Bank of England tries to lower inflation by raising interest rates to slow down spending, which helps bring prices down. But this means mortgage payments and borrowing costs go up, stretching household budgets. So why did inflation rise in the first place? It started rising in 2021, peaked at 11.1% in 2022, driven by high energy costs and food costs after COVID and Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which pushed up fertiliser and feed prices. So what's going to happen next? The Bank of England will decide in August whether to keep interest rates at 4.25%, cut them or raise them again. If inflation keeps rising, rates may go back up, which would mean higher borrowing costs but potentially lower inflation later. Inflation going up again means we're not out of the woods on the cost of living. If you're worried about budgeting, now's a good time to review your spending and savings as the economy adjusts.
So in breaking news, UK inflation rises unexpectedly to go up 3.6%, driven by food and fuel prices. What do you mean unexpectedly? You're putting stuff up every fucking month. And it has to be food and fuel, doesn't it? Food because people need food every fucking day to feed themselves and their families. And fuel because people need to get to and from fucking work and maybe go to the supermarket to get some shopping. And they say it's unexpected. What are they going to do in the winter? As soon as it hits October, we know what's going to happen. Guess what's going to go up? Gas and electric. They won't put it fucking up in the summer because no fucker uses it in the summer, the electric and hardly any gas. It's an absolute rip-off over here. Absolutely taking a piss. And how some of these families cope with this, I don't know. Most of them are hand to mouth. It's fucking disgusting. When are they going to cap all this fucking inflation? When are they going to sort the economy out? So that families can eat properly and have probably a day out once in a fucking blue moon, if that ain't too much to ask.
All right, this is the kind of delusion that I live for. What do you mean most people can afford to go out for a nice meal occasionally? Like, there are literally people on benefits because their salaries don't cover their living expenses. Over 1/5 of Brits are living below the poverty line. That's 14.3 million people. Teachers are having to take up second jobs because their salaries don't cover their living expenses. Unless you're talking about a nice meal at Nando's or maybe Pizza Express. Imagine being the type of person that thinks it's okay that wealthy people should be able to go out to eat all the time because they contribute to the economy, but it's not okay if poor people go out to eat all the time because that will increase food prices. Imagine saying to a poor person, oh yeah, no, the wealthy should not pay more taxes because that will just give more money to poor people, and poor people are going to spend that money going out to eat, and that will just make food more expensive. Do you know what's actually making food more expensive? The cost of living crisis. Higher rents, higher energy costs, but also a lower demand because people can't go out to eat as much as they used to. Some people are so up billionaires' asses. It just amazes me. It literally amazes me.
You know the NHS offer warranty and guarantee on their surgery? I thought the NHS was free. It is, but dentists aren't, and dentists are motherfuckers. So, let me tell you a story. Say this related, get ready to share it with your friend, because you're all about to save some dollar bills, y'all. So, basically, my mom, she's had to go to the dentist for the 3rd time for the same thing in 12 months. So we've either got a really shit dentist or like they're using some really shit stuff. Either way, she's had a filling done 3 times and she's gone to her appointment today to get this filling done. And then what's happened is she's got it all done. She's gone down to the reception and the reception's like, oh yeah, that'll be £80, please. And she's like, what the fuck? You got no warranty or some shit? Like, this is the third time I'm coming for the same tooth and the same problem. Like, I'm not paying for this today. And then she was like, oh, all right, I'm really sorry. Let's get you to pay for a checkup. She didn't even get a checkup. No checkup, no clean, no nothing else. She just went in, they put the filling back in, and then sent her on her way again. And then what happened was she went on her phone and Googled it. Apparently, if you've had medical or dental treatment in the last 12 months and it fucks up, you can get it sorted for free. For free, even if you've paid for it already. So 12 months from the date of you having any sort of dental work or any sort of optical work or whatever, the NHS offers a 12-month guarantee on all of that shit. It's pretty fucking cool. And I felt like I wanted to share it with you guys because, you know, times are tough, money's hard for people, and healthcare is important. So make sure you go to the dentist, get your teeth checked out, and if you've had your teeth broken in the last 12 months and you need to go and get them fixed again, you can get it done for free. Thanks, peace. Make sure you share this because paying it forward is important. Gratitude.
If you live in the UK, I do not know how you are supposed to survive right now. I really don't. So I've just gone to Sainsbury's, right? And I know people are like, oh, you can go to Aldi. Right, I've been in Aldi, and either the food goes off quicker, not all of it, but some of it, or it's the same price, because Sainsbury's are price matching Aldi at the moment. It's my place to go. I know where everything is. You know, it's not bargain basement, but I don't think anything is bargain basement now. And I refuse to eat shit. Like, I just refuse to, like, fill my freezer with shit that is bad for my kids. So don't even get started in the comments on that. That's not the point. The point of this is I've just gone and done a shop for me and my daughter for 3 days. That's it, just to last us till the end of the bank holiday weekend. And all I have bought is dinners, breakfast cereal, and soup for lunch. So I haven't pushed the boat out. There's no snacks in there. All right, I needed some toothpaste and deodorant, right? But that's normal. That's what you need to live. You need to be able to brush your teeth and you don't want to smell. Even with the discounts, nectar discounts, all the rest of it, 3 days is 57 quid. And for somebody that wants to justify that, just don't even bother. Because not that long ago, there were 3 of us. And I used to shop for 3 of us. And I used to buy branded shit because he wouldn't eat the non-branded shit. And I would do a full week's shopping. I was on a protein diet, so I was buying lots of protein, tins of tuna, chicken, eggs, you name it, it went in the basket. And that would cost me 130 quid to feed 3 people for a week. And less than 3 years later, I can't even get through the absolute basics. People always ring at the most inappropriate time. I'm having a rant here. And that was nearly £60. Nearly £60. So if we math that out, that's 120 for 2 people, plus another day, and that doesn't include any of the other stuff that I used to buy, which was cleaning products, like laundry stuff, toiletries, like you name it, on like eye level shelf, because that's how they price things. If you don't know, go down the bottom if you want the cheap shit. It's on the floor. They don't want you to find it. What is going on? What is going on? How are we supposed to survive this? Our wages haven't gone up that way. Like, I just don't know how. I've got 1 kid, like 1. What if you've got 3 or 4 children? Like, what are you eating? Where are you shopping? Are you growing your own food? Like, what is going on? It is utter mad.
Hi guys, so I'm going on the streets now to find out how people feel about the current situation in the UK, how they feel about the country as a whole, what's happening, and if life is good or life is getting better or it's getting worse. Because I did a video the other day and I gave my opinion of what I feel, so I want to see what the people of the UK think. Let's go check it out. How are you? You good? Yeah, man. Can I ask you a question? Okay. Yeah, what do you think about the country right now, life in the UK? Is it getting better or is it getting worse?
I don't to comment on this for now.
Okay, thank you so much. Life is getting better or it's getting
No,
worse?
it's getting worse, mate.
It's getting worse.
Government is fell. Everything is not right.
Everything is messed up.
Law is not working. Court is full. The cases is not going on. Everything is down. Everything is down. We don't have. You waiting for appointment months.
Yeah.
I have friends who have operation and he have to wait like 8 months to have another one, and he's supposed to have this after 1 month.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous right now. Everything is going down, bro.
Well, if you had the chance to leave the UK now, would you go and live somewhere
I don't
else?
have any place to go.
Yeah.
Actually, so you know.
Yeah.
But you know, we have to working to make this country better like before.
But how
because government don't care about the people. Do you hear? They want cut benefits, everything.
Yeah.
And we are going down. Look how many people is depressed. Look how many people is really down because all of this.
And this year, no fuel payments for the, grown
Not the worst moment I ever see.
And it's getting worse and worse, isn't it?
And it's gonna. And they say it's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, lots of young people are leaving the country, going to different
My
places.
daughter, she born here.
Yeah.
And she's just thinking to leave the country as well.
Yeah, many people saying the same.
And she's not alone, so yeah.
Oh wow.
They have to do something to keep the youngers here, because if not, we be the old society. Nobody gonna, pay for tax and nothing.
Do you think there'll be a revolution or something like that? Like people are so scared to do
Look
anything.
what happened in Corona. Corona just tells us how government is
will react. Yeah.
they're gonna hold us, and they win.
Yeah.
The people not gonna do nothing because we are that depressed.
Wow. Anyway, thank you so much for
You're
your
welcome,
time.
yeah?
Thank you. What I'm saying, life living in UK, very difficult or good?
No good.
No good.
No.
Why not good?
Every problem.
Thank you. Yeah.
Manager.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Feel free, mate.
Yeah, I'm just asking people randomly what they think about the United Kingdom now. If life is getting better or getting worse.
Well, personal point of view,
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah.
Beyond that,
Yeah.
I think it's rubbish.
Yeah. There's no more money, no accommodation, nothing. And you are homeless?
No, I've got a little flat down the road.
Okay. Yeah, I'm talking to random people on the streets to get their opinion, and the majority of people seem to think that life is getting really, really bad. So, what makes you say that?
I don't know. I don't think it's getting better at all. It's just,
Yeah. Over the last 20 years or so, what changed the most that you're not happy with?
not enough money around.
Not enough money around, yeah.
Not enough accommodation either.
Yeah.
Oh
wow. What's your name, sir?
Peter.
Peter.
Yeah.
Wow. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's it. No.
Right. Thank you so much for your time.
That's all right, you're welcome.
Yeah. Would you like a spare change or something? Oh, okay. Hold on, get that first. I think I've got some more. There you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You have a nice day, yeah? Bye-bye. Yeah, what do you think about the current situation in the UK now? Is life getting better? Is it getting worse? I'm talking to random people on the streets.
It's probably going to get worse. It's getting worse. It's going to get worse.
You think it's even going to get worse than it is right now? What makes you say that?
Oh, we've run out of oil.
We never had oil, did we?
Well, no, but the world.
Ah, okay, that's
The whole world
right.
is running out of oil, and we use it much in this climate change and peak oil are both going to hit the human race. And
how about like the general standard of living and infrastructure, hospitals, accommodation, money? It's going to keep crumbling.
It's crumbling everywhere.
If you had an opportunity, would you leave the country?
I had the opportunity nowhere to go, really.
Okay.
I do quite like it here.
You like it, yeah?
Yeah.
Because they're a good point.
Yeah.
And that's why you got lots of more people coming in, innit?
Yeah.
Well.
So it's as good here as it is anyway.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Hello. I'm just asking random people. What do you think about? I'm asking random people what they think about life in the UK now. Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? What do you think?
For me, I don't know. For me, it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm the Portuguese.
You're Portuguese.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're recently in the UK, or you live here a long time?
No, I live here a long time.
Yeah.
It's 31 years.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah? You, the income support,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to do good work.
Yeah.
The momento It's about the new fiscal credit.
Yes.
Yeah, you're allowed to work in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the money, you feel money is enough?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, before, you're not allowed to go to work in.
Ah, okay.
You're not allowed to know. I'm talking about me, my age.
Yeah.
It's very sicky now. It's disabled.
Yeah.
He stays at home.
Ah.
Inflation isn't just a rise in prices. It's a slow erosion of stability, of comfort, of control. It's the moment you realise your weekly shop now costs £30 more than it did last month. It's the quiet panic when your energy bill lands and you have to choose between heating and groceries. It's the sinking feeling when your paycheck arrives and you already know it won't stretch far enough. This isn't just about economics, it's about dignity, about the right to live without constantly calculating, compromising, and cutting back. Inflation doesn't knock on your door, it creeps in. It hides in the price of bread, the cost of petrol, the rent that keeps rising while your income stays frozen. It's invisible until it's unbearable. And while experts debate percentages and policy, real people are drowning in the difference between what they earn and what they need. Let's be honest, this crisis isn't just financial, it's emotional. It's the stress of watching your savings vanish, the guilt of saying no to your kids because the budget won't allow it, the exhaustion of working harder and still falling behind. And it's not just hitting the poorest, it's creeping into middle-income homes, into families who once felt secure. It's turning just getting by into a luxury. But here's the truth. You didn't cause this. You didn't ask for a system where your money loses value faster than you can earn it. You didn't choose to live in a time where survival feels like a full-time job. And yet, you're the one paying the price. So if you've ever felt the pressure, if you've ever stared at your bank balance and felt your chest tighten, if you've ever wondered how long you can keep this up, you're not alone. Drop your story in the comments. How has inflation changed your life, your choices, your future? Let's turn this video into a space for truth, for solidarity, for the kind of conversation that doesn't make it into policy papers. Because behind every statistic is a person. Behind every price tag is a decision. And behind every crisis is a system that can be questioned, challenged, and changed. Hit subscribe, because staying informed isn't just smart anymore, it's survival. And if we don't talk about this, who will?